Have you ever thought that all that you're doing is all that you could do until you saw something greater? I know I have. Today on TC Talks, we're going to talk about I've been exposed. That's right. Let's get into it.
Regular people living real lives, and this is TC Talks. This is TC Talks. This is TC Talks. And this is TC Talks.
Well, hey, my friends, this is TC back with episode 3 of TC Talks. I'm so glad that the TC tribe is in with me today. The TC tribe is catching a good vibe. Yeah. I know I was a poet. You didn't know it, did you? Yeah. And listen, if you have not joined the tribe, go ahead and subscribe today to the YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And every time an episode drops, you'll be the first one to be notified right here on TC Talks. I can't wait to get into it today. Episode 3 is I've Been Exposed. TC, what in the world are you talking about? Yeah, I've been exposed. I'm not talking about naked, no clothes on. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about a secret. I'm talking about exposed to something that I knew that I had in me, but I didn't know it was in me until somebody showed it to me. That's what I'm talking about. Have you ever been there? I'm pretty sure you have. Maybe you're there right now. And hopefully that this talk would take you from here to there, from just hoping to a current reality. Yeah, that's what exposure does, man. Let me tell you something. Even though I've been pastoring for almost 22 years, my background is information technology. And can I tell you that I had no clue that I would have a successful career in information technology for almost 17 years. And wrapping it up, I was a team lead at a major pharmaceutical company, leading a team, hiring a team, driving a team through a 50,000 user migration, also with a counterpart team in the UK, without a college degree or formal education. All of that happened because somebody exposed me. The greatest gift outside of Jesus that somebody has ever given to me is exposure. And that's what I want to talk to you today about, man. Because I'm telling you, maybe you are just an image away or a vision away from reaching the full capacity and potential that's deep down inside of you. And I hope today that our talk unlocks what's going on inside of you. I told you, TC Talks, just regular people living real lives. I'm excited today, man. Look, first of all, fun fact, I turned 50. Yep, I am 50, y'all. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm 50, and I thank the good Lord for it every single day. I feel good. I look good. I'm thinking good. I'm moving good. Yeah, just a fun fact. I just turned 50. Yeah, I'm just celebrating. I'm in celebration mode. Okay, it's all right. TC Talks, we can celebrate on TC Talks, right? Listen, if your birthday, if you're June, baby, big shout out to you. It's the greatest month the Lord has ever created, man. Yeah, big shout out to all the birthdays and even the anniversaries in the month of June, man. I'm so glad. But listen, let's get into this talk because I ain't got too much time, but I do want to share this talk with you today. Listen, when I got my first job, quote unquote, in information technology, I didn't have any formal training. I did not know what I was doing. I learned just enough language to get the interview, but really wasn't qualified for the position that they hired me for. Isn't that crazy? That is crazy. I just knew the lingo to fudge my way through the interview, but I had no technical skills as to what they wanted me to do on the job. And the director of the information technology department for this company that they hired me, guess what he did to me? He sat me down. I didn't touch a keyboard. I didn't look at a computer monitor. I didn't do anything with a network. He pulled out a whiteboard and some Sharpies and exposed me to a world that I knew that I belonged and I could function and operate in at an optimal level. I was exposed to something different because before that, guess what? The only thing I thought that I could do was drive forklifts to work in warehouse and logistics. There's nothing wrong with driving a forklift. There's nothing wrong with working in a warehouse and logistics. But I thought that was all that I could do because that was my highest aspiration. Well, how was that? Because that's all that I saw growing up. My family, by and large, was just factory workers and production workers. And I thought, man, if you got on that forklift back then, I'm a 70s baby. Back then, if you got on that forklift in the early 90s and they starting you off with $9 an hour, yeah, you heard me right. If you got that $9 an hour and man, you worked a little overtime, time and a half, and that thing bumped over $10 an hour, oh, you thought you was killing the game. I sure thought I was. But that's all that I thought that I could do. As a matter of fact, back in the day when you had to go to the Employment Security Commission, aka unemployment office, I would always go to option number 11 because that's where all the warehouse jobs were. That's where all the forklift jobs were. And if there were no jobs in that category, I would say, well, there's nothing out there for me. Has that ever been you? You were just locked into one category of your life. And if there was nothing there, you thought that there was nothing at all. Can I tell you what fixes that? Exposure. Exposure. Listen, some people say, well, I ain't never flown before and I don't want to fly. I can't control that plane. Well, guess what? You can't control a person driving the other car, but it doesn't stop an accident. I can't get on a boat. I can't drink all that water. Well, you're not supposed to. It's supposed to be a good ship that you get on to enjoy the trip. And a lot of people are locked into one parameter of thinking and reality because of something that they heard but never experienced. Who's to say that their lot is going to be your lot? You are really short selling yourself. God made this beautiful earth, man, for us to enjoy and to experience. And I guarantee you that there are some amazing things outside of your local zip code. You just have to have the guts to step over the boundary of your unbelief or doubt. Yeah, you do. So yeah, I've been exposed. So I was exposed to that, had a beautiful career in information technology until I went to full-time ministry and doing leadership development and professional development. I never thought I would be here talking to you about this today. But the reason why this is possible is because I was exposed. They took the covers off. Yes, the second greatest thing that has ever happened to me outside of Jesus was exposure. Look, check. I told y'all I got my iPad with me. I got to talk to you about a few little things, man. Check this out. Vision is extremely important. And the reason why, I got to give you this scripture reference in Genesis chapter 15. Abraham, who's also known as the father of faith, he wanted a son to be his heir, to inherit all of his wealth and his possessions, but he couldn't have any kids because his wife was barren and he was old, and the one next in line to get all of his stuff was his servant Eleazar. And in Genesis 15, God told him that he was going to bless him, he was going to make his name great, all those beautiful things. But here Abram says, you know what? What can I do with all that stuff seeing that I don't have a child? Do you know what the good Lord did? He said, go outside and look up at the sky. He said, if you can count the stars, that's how your descendants are going to be. They're going to be countless. You won't even be able to number them. You're going to have so many. But here is the most important thing. God took him outside, told him to look up at the sky, and showed him a picture of what his future would be. What did the good Lord do to Abraham? Exposed him to something. Wow. Woo. You know that saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words? I want to submit to you, it's worth a whole lot more than that. He had a picture of his future reality. Yeah, Vision is important. Being exposed. Matter of fact, the reason why you can see me now because the camera is set to the right exposure to allow you to see me talk to you here on TC Talks. Let me tell you why vision is so important. Got a couple of notes here. Half of your brain's power is dedicated to directly or indirectly processing visual information. Good gracious. Half of your brain power. What? Yeah, half of your brain power is dedicated to vision. That's why exposure is massive. Don't you downplay or undervalue being exposed to something new. You got to get over the feeling of inadequacy or inferiority because of a place that you've never seen or never been or never had or never experienced. You got to get over that. And you got to say to yourself, you know what? If they can do it, if they have it, if they've been there, then I can do it. I can have it and I can go there too. Yeah, you got to get your reps up, man. You got to keep saying it to yourself to drive out that doubt and those notions that you are locked into the same sphere of influence your entire life. No, no, no. I'm here to tell you, I'm living proof that that is not true. I'm living proof. I'm just a guy from Greenville, North Carolina, by way of Simpson, North Carolina, V and through and Grimes in North Carolina. If you don't have never heard of those places, it's country. I'm in Eastern North Carolina. Yeah, yeah. I love it. I enjoy it. So if that can happen to me, I'm not in a major city, not in a major a metropolitan area. I'm not in Atlanta. I'm not in LA. I'm in Greenville, North Carolina. And here I am talking to you about exposure. I've been on the train. I'm sorry, I haven't been on the train. I haven't been on the train yet. I'm sorry. I got to get on the Amtrak. They say it's really nice if you got time. But I've been on planes. I've been on boats. I've been in cars. I've been on jet skis. I've been Paris. I've done some wonderful things. Yeah. Because you know what? Just because I live in a certain place doesn't mean I can't go to other places. I hope that makes sense to you. But half of your brain's power is dedicated to processing visual information. Oh God, that need to set in for a second. Let me say it one more time, but half of your brain power is dedicated to what you see. Exposure is vitally important to where you have been dreaming about where you want to go. Hey, I know you're enjoying our conversation right now, but I got something really quick I need to share with you. The E3 challenge is officially on and you can sign up for it right now. The only thing you got to do is go to www.surgesummit.org/challenges and sign up for the E3 challenge. Exposure, education, and execution. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It's a life changer. It's a mindset changer. The E3 challenge is on right now. It's yours today. Only thing you got to do is just sign up for it. The information is on the screen. I appreciate you. And let's get back to this beautiful conversation of TC Talks. About where you want to go, where you want to be, what you want to have, what you want to do, what you want to enjoy, what you want to become. Yeah, it is. Let me tell you why being exposed is so powerful. I never forget this. Can I share just quick thing and I'll jump into this? I remember getting on my first flight, and this was back in 1999, American Airlines. My first flight was from North Carolina to Texas, and I was on American Airlines, a 747, one of the biggest planes at that particular time. Matter of fact, it's the same size as Air Force One. And I got on the plane, and I was sitting in the window seat, and I was on my way to being certified in Microsoft Exchange. And so I was on the plane, really enjoyed it. The guy was telling me all about what was getting ready to happen, and it was just a wonderful feeling. And so I've flown several times in between that, and I never forget, I was on my way back from ministering from the British Virgin Islands. And I checked into Delta, and lo and behold, Delta said, "You've been upgraded to first class." I said, "What?" Oh my goodness. And so it was a 757. I got on there and I didn't know that they gave you libations for free up there in first class. Well, it's not really for free, it's part of your ticket, but I don't drink alcohol like that, you know. And so but the guy was just sitting next to me. He was just throwing them back, red wine, and I said, we were just talking. Had a good. I didn't know that the tray table was in the side. They give you a nice little warm lemon cloth to wipe your hands and wash your face. They call you by it, Mr. Daniels. I'm like, OMG, the seat is wide. It was plush. I was laying back watching TV, having a good time on that 2 hour and 45 minute flight from the British Virgin Islands back to the States. Man, it was great. Well, guess what? The next flight, it wasn't first class. I was in the main cabin. And boy, can I tell you the feeling that I had when I had to walk past them first class seats. It was like a pit in the bottom of my stomach. And I was sitting there mad on the entire flight. They up there sitting up there getting all the grape cranberry juice they want. And I'm sitting back here with a cup of water and some nuts. I was hot. But you know why? Because I was exposed to first class. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And so that's why, and I said to myself, I cannot go back. It's like once you eat a filet mignon, it's hard to go back to just a regular cut of sirloin. I mean, the tender, succulent texture of the beef that's cooked to a nice medium well temperature. What? Oh, I hope you ain't getting hungry with this. But listen, I got to move on, man. Because watch this. The first time you see something new, it triggers synaptic changes. Yeah, I got some science to prove this, y'all. It triggers synaptic changes in your visual pathways. That's why once you see it, you can't unsee it. These changes are not easily undone. That's why when I walk past those first class seats, every time I book a flight, oh man, I got to do my best to sit there. It's not because I'm bougie, not trying to be arrogant, not trying to show off or whatever. It's just that the level of comfort, man, that I experience, I want that every single time. It lit something in me. It lit a drive. It lit a hunger. It lit an expectation because that experience, once I had it, I couldn't unsee it. I could not forget it. It would not leave my mind. I mean, my brain brought it back to me every single time I got on the flight. And so what? You know what? Since I kept thinking about it so much, I had to make it my current reality. Let me tell you something. You can't live any further than what's in your head. You cannot. You cannot, good people. You cannot. Woo. And this is why when you see it, it becomes extremely difficult to unsee it. You know what I call that? It's the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. Look that up, Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. What is that? I'm glad you asked. It is this. You ever bought a car and when you bought that car, you never saw it on the road before you bought it, but when you bought it, you started seeing all the Honda Accords, you started seeing the Toyota Camrys, you started seeing the Mercedes like yours, you start seeing the SUVs that were like yours. Because you know why? Once your brain saw that particular stimuli in the vehicle you purchased, now the brain is now steady looking for that similar information to reinforce what you saw and what you just experienced. So the new car that you purchased for yourself, now you begin to see it everywhere. It becomes ubiquitous. Good gracious of life. The word ubiquitous, don't be fooled. It just means everywhere. Like what you were newly exposed to, now you begin to see it everywhere because subconsciously your mind is searching for that similar stimuli to reinforce your experience. And that's why I couldn't forget that first class seat because I had it and my mind recorded it and it wouldn't let it go. And so every time I booked a plane, my mind automatically went first class seat, first class seat, first class seat, first class seat. It was like automatic pilot. Isn't that good? Isn't that wonderful? And watch this. And when my mind did it, I made sure that I would put myself in a position where I could afford it. Not living beyond my means or anything like that, but just putting myself in a position where I could afford it. And so And so when my brain was giving me that stimuli, but yet I had a different experience, guess what it produced? Frustration. Maybe the reason why you're frustrated is not because it's so hard, it's so difficult. It's because you have a different stimuli from the experience and they don't match. So now it brings about frustration. What I'm here to do, I hope this talk is going to help to ease the frustration because it's exposing you to something different. It's exposing you to something better. It's exposing you to something greater. It's exposing you to something massive. It's exposing you to something out of this world. It's absolutely extraordinary. Yeah, yeah. So watch this. But when you are exposed, it locks in confirmation bias. It locks in confirmation bias. In other words, once you've had better, you don't go back to just enough. No. Once you've had great, good just don't satisfy. Absolutely not. Once you've won one championship, listen, the second one is better. Once you won the second one, the third one is better. That's Tom Brady, man. They asked him, said, which championship is the best one? He says the next one. And so, and that's how it is. Once you've experienced growth, you want to continue to grow. Like my weight loss, man, I'm down 105. I think I put 102 pounds the first episode, but I lost 3 pounds since. I'm down 105. And it's like, man, it just gets better and it gets better and it gets better and it gets better and it gets better because going back is not an option. Because I've been exposed to something better. Watch this, y'all. Check this out. Did y'all see what I just did? I just crossed my legs and I'm sitting here talking to you. 105 pounds heavier, I could not do this. I enjoy being able to do this. So guess what? I am not going back because I've been exposed to something that I enjoy. I ain't going back. And neither are you. Make up in your mind right now. Say it with me. Say, TC, I am not going back. Because once you experience better, going back ain't an option. So here it is, y'all. You have confirmation bias. What does that mean? It means you unconsciously start looking for evidence to support that which you've been exposed to. So once you start experiencing better, you begin to see better everywhere. Remember that word ubiquitous? It's everywhere. Like the beta Meinhof phenomenon. That car you bought, you start seeing it everywhere because the mind starts searching for similar stimuli to reinforce the newness that you experience. Yeah, and so that's why people try to call you funny, try to call you fake. Oh, you upwardly mobile now, or you different now. No, I just been exposed, and now I just want to see more of what I've been exposed to because I like better. I like this experience. I like having more money. I like being financially free. I like being settled. I like my business growing. I like starting a business. I like firing my job because I've been exposed to something different. This doesn't mean that everybody quit their job and start a business, but if you're an entrepreneur and you've had that in you, and now you got around another entrepreneur that exposed you to something, man, it's hard to go back. It really is. Oh man, is this good? I hope this is good. But here it is, y'all. And this is my last thing, and we're gonna kill this talk today anyway. Because I don't want to take too much of your time because some of y'all have been exposed and you sitting there, whether you're driving in the car watching me or whether you're sitting at home watching me on your TV, it don't even matter. You just raring to get up. You raring to go. Your drive is turning over and over and over. Your engine is revving, man, because again, once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't unsee it. That's why you got to get your reps up. The more you see it, the more you begin to think that it's possible, that it's true, that it's your current reality. Watch this. And I want you to get over the feeling of inadequacy as if you don't belong. If you're in a room that you've never been in before and you don't know what to say, it does not mean that you don't belong in the room. You're just learning. You're being exposed to something. I've been in plenty of rooms where I didn't belong. I just became, watch this, a spectator. I became a student of the room. Because when you become a student long enough, one day they'll invite you to be the teacher. And so that's what I did. I became a student of the room. I was not intimidated by anybody in the room. I realized, man, that people ain't smart. They're not as smart as I am. They just got the information before I did. That's all. That's all. That's all. That is all. That's why you got to be comfortable in your own skin. White, brown, short, tall, skinny, a little thick, don't matter. Long hair, short hair, no hair. You got to be comfortable in your own skin because they are not smarter than you. You deserve to be in the room just like they do. They just got the information first. But now that you're exposed, playing field is level. And I say this, now close with this. Exposure doesn't require experience, but it gives birth to the expectation of a future reality. Let me say that one more time. Exposure doesn't require experience, but it gives birth to an expectation of a new reality. My friends, we've been exposed. I've been exposed. And this has been TC Talks. And I'm telling you, it's a wonderful thing. And you can do it. All right. I'm out of here until the next episode. But before I go, remember, live a life so that others can say, now that right there, me and you, that is hope in motion. Until the next episode, have a great one.